Hello folks, the Y Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very cold winter day. I think it's only like 20 degrees out here right now. Anyway, the name of this video is called The Y Guy Explores a Weird Christian Belief. So I want to talk about something that I just find weird that Christians believe, and a lot of Christians probably don't think it's weird. They think it's, or they haven't thought it through. Let's put it that way. Anyway, yet it doesn't make any sense to me. If it does to the average Christian, then so be it. Because there was one point in time in my walk, I didn't think anything different, than what I've been told, and I just kind of ran with it, and, I didn't really give it much consideration. But I've got to talk about this for a moment, okay? Now, Christians are willing to believe that a being, outside of themselves, that has the ability and the power to inhabit a person's very soul, and get this key word, without, that's a key word, without that person's permission. And it's called possession. We've all seen movies about it. We kind of, at least here in America, or actually people with Netflix knows exactly what I'm talking about. Just kidding. Anyway, you catch my drift, right? Yeah, get this. The same Christians who claim what I just said, they claim that God, the creator of all, he cannot, nor will not, or doesn't have the power or the ability to inhabit a person's very soul without that same person's permission. Are you catching this? Yet someone or something else has that power, authority, and ability that God doesn't. Okay, am I the only one who sees a problem here? I'm going to repeat it. Christians are willing to believe that a being outside of themselves has the power and ability to inhabit a person without the person's permission, yet they claim that God doesn't have that ability. Okay? Simply put. So, what this is telling me is that a demon, if that's what a person wants to call it, all right? I'm not saying, now look, I'm not saying there's no such thing as demons. I'm just saying the perception of demons, I believe, has been horribly skewed by folklore, by Hollywood, by the imaginations of men throughout the centuries. Dante's Inferno is a perfect example. I'm just saying that, I'm not saying there's no such thing as those created beings. I'm just saying they are not possibly what Christians believe they are. That's all I'm saying. Because there's nothing within Scripture that talk of their origin, that talk of a place that they reside, like hell. There's no Scripture whatsoever. There's no Scripture that even hints at Dante's Inferno and these other books and movies that this other being, this fallen angel, is in charge of all of them. You see, all that is folklore and Hollywood. All of it. There's no Scripture to base it on other than the imaginations of men. So when I say what this is telling me is that a demon, I'm saying that loosely and objectively. I'm not jumping to conclusions like Christendom does. Anyway, that this demon, a created creature, a created being, like I said, if there is such a thing in the mind, well, anyway, I'll continue. It has more abilities at their disposal than God, their very creator. Because all creatures create, I don't care what it is, it's a created being. By who? By God. They didn't create themselves. Now, to add insult to injury, this supposed created being of God can influence and deceive a person to the point of no return, i.e. hell. Yet God, the creator of that being, can do nothing about it. Or else, if he did, he would be imposing his will on them, or on you, whatever the case may be. You see, it doesn't add up. Now, in closing with this video, let's get where the rubber meets the road. And God is giving authority, or allowing one created being to go against the will of another one of his created beings, basically you, for the purpose of going against his very will, God's will. What kind of crackpot God are we talking about here? You see my problem? As I said before, there are other possibilities. All right? And I'm going to say one of those possibilities. I've already done a video on demons. You can look those up. The Why Guy defines demons or whatever. I don't remember. I think it was two-parter I did on it. And all I did was throw out other possibilities other than Dante and Hollywood. That's all I did. Okay? Because I am on the fence about this thing. I am in a learning process the same as everyone else. I'm just not one who wants to assume something and then using conjecture and then jump to a conclusion like Christendom does. That's all I'm doing. Okay? So consider this, that if something as small as a mustard seed, the faith of a mustard seed can cast a mountain into the sea. Jesus was explaining how powerful faith is. If faith can do that to a mountain, do you think it can conjure up something that you would think is demonic? I'm just leaving that out there, okay? Because I too, in the years I have walked with, I've seen some incredible things. I've witnessed some stuff. But you know, all those around that person praying or that situation, they had so much faith that that person was demon possessed that it didn't, now I look back on it, it doesn't surprise me at all that their faith didn't produce that. I know that's stepping on toes. I know it is. But that's where I'm at. So if you disagree with this video, leave me a comment in disagreement and give me a thumbs down accordingly. But be polite with that comment. If you simply, maybe you didn't agree with this video, but you still appreciate it, you can give me a thumbs up. And because like you, if you're on the fence about this, I don't expect you to give me a thumbs up that, oh yeah, I'm in total agreement with you, Why Guy. No, of course not. But anyway, consider subscribing to this channel. Look me up on Facebook under a group called The Why Guy Group. It's a private group. You have to answer 3 questions to join. They're simple questions. They're common sense questions, actually. And then I have a fake name of John Anthony Jones on Facebook. John Anthony. I misspelled it by accident. Never changed it. Anyway, look me up there. Thank you for viewing.